The transfer market maverick. How Michael Edwards built a Liverpool dynasty on a shoestring budget. It's a long-awaited Europa League final between Liverpool and Sevilla. Everyone is excited. This is a great opportunity for the newly appointed coach Jurgen Klopp as he eyes his first trophy at the club. The match starts. Liverpool takes the lead in the 34th minute. The fans are happy and confident. But everything changes as Sevilla equalises after half-time, scoring 2 more goals to clinch the cup. This loss exposes Liverpool's lack of cohesive team play and poor finishing by the strikers. Things need to change. Fast. To mend things, Liverpool then appoints Michael Edwards as the sporting director. They go on to win the Champions League in 2019, followed by a historic Premier League win in 2020 after a 3-decade drought. Since then, the team has consistently secured Champions League qualification year after year and has become one of the biggest clubs in the world. They achieved all this by signing talented players like Sadio Mane, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker and Mohamed Salah over the last 8 years, spending significantly less than the other top clubs. Who exactly is Michael Edwards, and how can he build the Liverpool dynasty that we know today while operating on a relatively modest budget? This is the story of Michael Edwards, the transfer market maverick. Chapter 1. Michael Edwards was a right back for the Peterborough United reserves right from his teenage years. After his footballing career, he went to school and earned a degree. He then got a job at Prozone, a data analytics company that Portsmouth Football Club hired to help study future opponents' tactics and assess potential transfer targets. The company needed an analyst who had experience in football, and Edwards seemed like an ideal choice. Edward quickly became an expert as he was influential in Portsmouth FC, finishing as high as 7th in the Premier League and winning the FA Cup in 2008. When Harry Redknapp, then manager of Portsmouth, moved to Tottenham Hotspur, Michael Edwards followed him. Edwards played a crucial role in Tottenham's top 4 finish for the first time in 2 decades. In 2010, the Fenway Sports Group purchased Liverpool for $300 million. The new owners were keen on spending money to get Liverpool to the top of English football. The club employed Michael as the head of performance and analysis at the club. And one of the first things he did in his tenure was convincing Ian Graham, of theoretical physics doctorate turned football data scientist who had been a consultant to the Spurs during Edwards' time there, to work for Liverpool as their head of research. Within a year of Edwards' appointments, much of the groundwork for the club's future success had been laid. And with the appointment of the new manager Brendan Rodgers, his influence had even more significant potential for success. But little did he know what was awaiting him. The following summer, Liverpool spent £25.2 million on Daniel Sturridge and Philip Coutinho. This sum paled in comparison to the expenditures of other clubs. For instance, Manchester United spent up to £77 million, and Chelsea spent about $130.5 million. Luckily for Liverpool, they finished the season with 9 more points higher than their previous campaign, thus improving their goal difference by a massive 21. However, more was needed, as there were still problems with the squad, especially considering they were now in the title league race. However, Brendan Rodgers was not a fan of Edwards' recruitment strategy, and he made it pretty clear by not providing enough playing time for subsequent signings. For instance, the highly rated duo of Iago Aspas and Luis Alberto, who signed in the summer of 2013, were utterly ignored, with Aspas having just 5 starts and Alberto only giving sub-appearances. In July 2015, Rodgers pushed for the purchase of Roberto Firmino from Hoffenheim. However, Rodgers chose to play him on the right rather than his preferred central position, which limited his initial impact on the team. By this time, Edward was already promoted to the role of technical director, where he could adequately influence the Liverpool team. He figured it was time to find a new coach, as Rodgers was not backing up the club's signings with the results. Despite ending his time at Borussia Dortmund with a disappointing 7th place finish in the Bundesliga, Edward recommended Jurgen Klopp for the position. Klopp's modern style of football, role in creating superstars at Dortmund, and Champions League pedigree also made him the standout choice for Edwards. When Klopp arrived at Anfield, he quickly embraced Edwards' analytics approach, despite not having used analytics during his time in Germany, and that marked the beginning of a partnership that would change the club's history. They had a good working relationship, which showed in successfully recruiting talent such as Sadio Mane, Joel Matip, and the promising young goalkeeper Loris Karius. In June 2017, the club needed a forward to complement Firmino and Sadio Mane. Edwards had his eyes set on Roma's Mo Salah, which he felt was a better fit. Graham's research department also complemented this idea, as they thought the Egyptian would work well with Firmino. Klopp approved the move, and to his surprise, Mohamed Salah became an instant success, breaking the Premier League goal-scoring record in his debut season with 17 goals and 7 assists from Firmino. Since 2016, Liverpool has signed Mane, Matip, Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, Robertson, Fabinho, Jota, Thiago, and Luis Diaz. These 11 players have significantly impacted Anfield for a combined £381.2 million. This figure is approximately £12 million less than Manchester United's expenditure on Pogba, Matic, Lukaku, Fred, Wan-Bissaka, and Maguire. 6 players who failed to meet expectations within the same time frame. While United is famous for spending too much and having a messy approach to transfers, Liverpool has consistently outperformed nearly every top European club in terms of conducting business. Edwards' negotiation skills, such as securing a £25 million reduction in Alisson's transfer fee from Roma and identifying undervalued talents like Matip, Robinson and Salah, have been instrumental in these successes. Liverpool may never have secured such great deals without his expertise in negotiations. Michael Edwards has proved that by making smart choices about who to bring in, hiring the right people, and trying out new ideas, Liverpool can compete with the best teams in soccer. He's really made this mentality a part of the team's identity. He left the team in 2021 after 11 years at the club. In March 2024, Michael Edwards returned to the team as the new head of football operations. His return to the club means that Liverpool is serious about staying competitive. With Edwards back, fans can expect more success and smart decisions as Liverpool try to win more games.